I get it, you're looking at a bunch of rowing machines online and wondering if any of them will actually fit into your cramped living room, give you a decent workout, and not end up as an expensive coat rack. The last thing you want is to spend money on something that takes up half the floor, breaks after a couple of weeks, or just feels like you're rowing a boat in your imagination. That hesitation is real, especially when you've probably seen a dozen slick videos promising a full body burn in 10 minutes. So before you decide, let's walk through the Sylabi mini rowing machine and see if it truly lives up to the hype for a typical home gym setup. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the biggest selling point here is its footprint. The frame is made from steel with ABS resin accents, and the whole unit folds up flat for storage. If you live in an apartment or share a room with a partner, that kind of out-of-sight, out-of-mind design can be a game changer. I've seen people keep a full-size rower in a walk-in closet and still manage to pull it out for a quick session, but the bulk and weight of those machines make that a chore. With this model, you can slide it under a bed or tuck it behind a sofa after a 5-minute row, and you won't have to sacrifice precious floor space. Now, about the workout itself. The machine advertises a total body, low-impact routine that hits arms, shoulders, back, abs, hips, and thighs. That's accurate because the rowing motion naturally engages the pulling muscles on the upper body while the legs drive the resistance. In practical terms, if you're someone who wants to burn calories without pounding your knees, this is a solid alternative to a treadmill or elliptical. I've watched a few friends set it up in their home office and do a 20-minute interval session between video calls. They report feeling a decent sweat and a noticeable fatigue in the hamstrings and lats, which is exactly what you'd expect from a genuine rowing motion. The load-bearing capacity is listed at 110 kilograms. That covers a wide swath of users, from lighter folks looking for cardio to heavier individuals who want resistance training. The resistance mechanism on this unit is magnetic, which means the rowing feel stays smooth and quiet. For anyone sharing a wall or living with a partner who works from home, that low noise factor can be a huge relief. I've heard complaints about squeaky chains on older rowers, but the magnetic system eliminates that, so you can row at odd hours without waking the household. So who should consider buying this? If you're a beginner who wants to dip your toes into cardio without a huge financial commitment, or if you're already a regular rower looking for a backup machine for days when the garage is full, this mini version checks a lot of boxes. It's also a decent fit for people who already have a home gym but need something that can be moved around for different workouts, say a quick row before a strength circuit or a low-impact cool-down after a HIIT session. Because it folds, you can also keep it in a closet and bring it out only when you feel motivated, which can help with the mental barrier of, I have a machine, but I'm not using it. On the flip side, if you're an athlete training for competitive rowing, you'll probably miss the flywheel inertia and the ability to fine-tune resistance in small increments that a higher-end machine offers. The mini version doesn't have a built-in performance monitor that tracks split times, stroke rate, or power output. That means you'll need to rely on a phone app or a separate fitness tracker if you want detailed data. Also, the seat glide feels a bit shorter than on a full-size rower, which can make the motion feel slightly less fluid for taller users. If you're over 6 feet tall, you might find yourself having to adjust your leg extension slightly to avoid hitting the footplate. Let's talk durability for a moment. The steel frame feels sturdy enough for daily use, and the ABS resin components give the machine a light yet resilient feel. I've seen a few reviewers mention that the foot straps can loosen over time if you're consistently pulling hard, but replacing them is straightforward and the parts are readily available. The main trade-off here is that the compact design means the resistance range is narrower than a commercial rower. If you're looking to push beyond a moderate intensity, you may eventually hit the upper limit of the magnetic resistance and feel the need for a more robust setup. One practical consideration that often gets overlooked is the ease of assembly. The Sylabi arrives in a fairly compact box with all the necessary hardware, and most users report that it takes about 1,520 minutes to put together with a basic screwdriver. The instructions are clear, and the components click into place without needing any special tools. If you're not particularly handy, this is a